Hi, I'm Maciej. I'm 16 and I'd like to say a few words about technology and nowadays devices. Well, today's world undergoes constant changes. New devices, accessories and technologies are being introduced nearly every day. Today, being surrounded by various innovations, as huge tech corporations call their products, we might ask ourselves a question. Is really the era of great discoveries and revolutions bygone? Aren't Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Tim Cook and Steve Jobs before him contemporary Thomas Edison or Wright brothers? May we dare to put these characters into comparison? What is the future science going to show us? Well, let me show you my approach to this issue. As far as the aforementioned era of discoveries is concerned, it took place at the turn of 19th and 20th century. The invention of usable electricity, steel and petroleum products during that time led to a second industrial revolution, which in my opinion is far more stirring than the first one. It featured the growth of railways and steamships, faster and wider means of communication, and inventions with names we all are familiar today. The 19th century was the age of machine tools, tools that made tools, machines that made parts for other machines, including interchangeable parts. The assembly line was invented during the 19th century, speeding up the factory production of consumer goods. If this indubitably remarkable novelty hadn't been implemented, it would be impossible to introduce the overwhelming majority of devices and appliances that we simply can't live without in the 21st century. But what do I actually mean by these? Well, to start with, my point of view is we do have the opportunity to live during the time of the next revolution, which is technological revolution. Do you guys remember all those sci-fi movies and books in which people were using devices on their wrists to communicate with the others? Cars which will be using electricity instead of petrol? Or phone calls with the option of seeing your conversationalist? Or even space travel? Although they may have seemed improbable, scientists found the way to turn their imagination into reality. Nowadays, we may use all of those. They are being introduced by huge corporations like Apple, Tesla or Virgin. Were you able to imagine a phone with a touchscreen equipped with a fingerprint sensor 20 years ago? And that's only a drop in the bucket. So, what can we expect from science in the future? Let's begin with the easiest to imagine things, for instance, space tourism. Last year, Richard Branson, a British billionaire, announced the opening of Virgin Galactic, which is about arranging 100% commercial space flights. You are simply launched somewhere into exosphere, where you experience zero gravity, you stare there for a moment, and then you go down. But the price for admiring such marvelous views is far beyond the capabilities of casual people's budget. I suppose that it will have changed in the next few decades. I do believe that I will be able to take my children for vacations in some resort located on Mars, for instance. Furthermore, I'm sure that by that time human race will have had some extraterrestrial colonies already established, and we will be keeping in contact with extraterrestrial beings. In terms of technology directly connected with computer and IT, I expect huge professional supercomputers to become even more powerful, highly outrunning the capacity and abilities of human brains. As we all know from sci-fi movies, it might get dangerous, but is unavoidable. Moreover, I think in next, let's say, 50 years, we will all have special microchips inside our bodies. They will be used for communicating and interacting with both people and various objects, for instance, in order to pay for our coffee. Nowadays, we use credit cards, but purchasing with a smartphone with NFC technology is becoming more and more popular. The place we keep money is constantly ambulating, and I suppose the next step might be inside ourselves. The growth of various IT solutions is a child's play to see, but on the other hand, having exhausted most of the possibilities we saw for computers a decade ago, we are beginning to focus our technology on completely new tasks, such as nanotechnology, genomics, and energy. A perfect example of these activities takes place in Japan. Scientists there are working on a process of reborn a woolly mammoth. They are predicting to have it finished by the end of 2017. Sounds familiar? Yes, it was shown on one of Steven Spielberg's movies, Jurassic Park, in 1993. The truth is, humanity has always been into resurrecting and cloning species extinct long before. And finally, we are dowered with a technology that allows us to fulfill our desires of recreating. As you can see, a lot has already been done in science, but let's not forget that what really matters is still yet to arrive. Moreover, it's on our doorstep. Why should we be afraid of it? I, as a member of the new generation, am proud of what we've already achieved, and I'm willing to face the future with everything that may come with it. I'm Maciej, thank you for your time.